Are we doing Mishnayos?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mishnayos, we are up to
Oh, Mr. Horowitz is back.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he's on. Welcome back, Ron. We are up to Bikkurim P Mishnah Vav. Adeo Salak. So we're going through the process of what happens by Bikurim. So Adeo Salak Seifai, when the basket's still on his shoulders, we learned in the
Ani's back also. We're on the same point.
Oh Hashem. So Adeo Salak Seifai, when the basket's on his shoulders, and he says when you read from those psukim, parsha until he finishes the whole parsha. Yudaimer, Adarami Overavi. Higil Arami Overavi, Myrid Hasal Me'al Kseifa, he takes the basket off his shoulders, and he holds it not in his lips, it means in the lip of holds it by the lip of the basket. The Kohen Maniach Yodek Tachtov, and the Kohen puts his hands under it, so the Yisrael, or whoever's donating it, is holding it from the top, and the Kohen has it under. And they wave it together. And they read from Arami Ovidovi until they finish the whole parsha. Then they put it next to his bech, and then they bow down, and then he goes out. So that's the end of the process of the Bikurim. Mishnah Zayin. By Rishayna Kol Mi Sheyadeh Likras Kaira. Beginning, anybody who knew how to read would read the psukim like we just said. If somebody didn't know how to read, then they would read it for him. Because they said after in Bayasheni already, a lot of Yidden didn't know how to read. Nimnu milahavi. But what happened was people stopped bringing Bikurim because they were embarrassed. They didn't know how to read. So So then they decided that they're going to read for the side for those that know how to read, and side for those that know how to read. Somebody's yaitz might see them, which is exactly what happened with Seder Kedushin. Right? Why do we have a Masada Kedushin? Because guys didn't know how to read. So Mamela, they had somebody say the brachas on behalf of the chosim. So it's the same thing here. Mishnah Ches Hashirim Avim Bikurim Beklasa Shel Kesef Shel Zov. The wealthy brought the Bikurim with baskets made out of silver and gold. And the Aniyim would bring it in baskets that had peeled from aravas, peeled aravas. And by the poor people, they would donate their baskets. Their baskets were given to the Kohanim. The Kohanim kept them. But the baskets with the silver and the gold, went back.
The rabbis kept them.
What?
The rabbis kept them.
Yeah, basically, but it's a right. What do they say? When the rich get rich, how does this go? What's the phrase? The rich get rich and the poor get poor, right? Something like that.
Yes, yeah.
So the Rav here brings the Gemara Bava Kama that says the poor being poor follows an ani, because here you have the guys that put the silver and the gold in their basket get to bring their basket home. Right? And the guys and the poor people have to give their baskets to the Kohanim. Is that fair? Right? Same thing, same thing when we go through many things like that. You have a guy that buys a watch in Walmart for $10. It's worthless after a day. A guy buys a $50,000 Rolex. A year later, it's worth $60,000. So who spent more money on the watch, the poor guy or the rich guy? Same thing with here. Who spent more money ultimately who spent more money on the basket? The poor guy, because he had to give his basket to the Kohen, right? The rich guy spent way more money on his basket, but he got to keep it, right? Anyways, okay, we'll stop over there with the Mishnayos. Shari Tshuva. Lost my spot. I think we're by we started our Gimel.
Kufman Gimel, I think, you know?
Kufmem Gimel, yeah. Yeah, that's the 10th level of things that you could do wrong. So Kufmem Gimel, Hamadrega Hasiris, Chaimer Haveras, Asher Ein Lo Yisem Chelek Lo'olam Haba. The 10th Madrega is the Chaimer of the Averas, that if you do them, you don't have a Chelek in Olam Haba. Hayitzurim Kulam Nivru L'Chaved Hashem Yisbarach. Right? Everybody was created in order to be Mechaber Hashem. Shenemar, Kol HaNikr B'Shmi U'L'Chvaydi B'Rosav Yitzartiv Afasisid. All are called by my name and who I create for my glory. Right? And Hashem made them, and he created them, and he made them. So therefore, you're going to know just from Seichel, which is always a difficult thing. So if somebody's machal Hashem, chil Shem Shemayim, and embarrasses his words of the tikvasa, he lost all his hope. Because it's not only is he not, did he not, it's a hard way to touch it. Right? He didn't even do what Hashem created him for. He did the opposite. Right? To be Bechal, his name. So, of course, the guy's not going to have any hope. V'chein kosov, it's a long one. V'hanefesh asher tasa biyod rama, and a nefesh that does it with a heavy hand. As Hashem hu megadev, he's making fun of Hashem. He's making megadev Hashem, which we're having it tonight's stuff. V'nichrusa nefesh imikerev hama, and that nefesh should be cut off from its nation. Ki dvar Hashem baza, because he was mevaza Hashem. V'es mitzvosei hefar, and his mitzvahs he cut off. He koris a nefesh he avoinava, and that nefesh should be cut off. Pirish achar hakoris hanefesh, right? Meaning after the person's going to cut off avoinava, he still has an avera. He lo yichaper hamav is love, because he's such a bad guy that he then made a chil Hashem that he still doesn't even have a kapara even after he's alive. After he dies, right? And that's why therefore he does not have a chelek in olam haba. Okay, it's a very long one, so we have to stop there because it's also a very long daf.